Marketing research. It sounds super exciting, doesn't it? All right, so when we think about marketing research, immediately in my mind, I think, well, what's the point? What's the point of researching the way I want to market? I mean, I already kind of know my population. I already know, what I want to do, so I'll just start creating a bunch of graphics and throwing them online and, creating traction around it. Okay, so yeah, that's really fantastic, but what you want to do is have a plan. You want to have a strategy, okay? So you have to, for your business plan, for your business model, you want to make sure that you're creating a structure, because it's very easy with everything going on to forget different pieces, or how do you see what is working if you're not methodically going through a system? If you're just kind of throwing things at a wall to see what's going to help, you're not going to be able to identify what's working and what isn't working. You want to have different streams of marketing so that you can identify, okay, what is really reaching my core client, and what's causing that commitment between your consumer and you. So the different areas of marketing research: identify trends, market analysis, marketing plan, so building your actual plan, SWOT analysis, competitive analysis, and price analysis. I'm only giving you broad general information here, guys. Each video, as I say in most of these trainings, each slide could be its own 60-minute presentation, and so certainly it would be very, very involved to go into each element of marketing. I mean, it's its own profession, right? But this will give you broad starting points and places to jump from, okay? So identify trends. Leigh Brown said, downsizing trends and the changing global market require people to reinvent themselves and think like entrepreneurs. Everybody is having to identify trends. Everybody's having to pivot. Everyone's having to be flexible. Although you have a core client that you have in your head, environmental factors and factors beyond your control are going to change different attributes about those clients that you're going to have to pivot to. So identifying trends and staying on top of trends is going to be crucial for an effective marketing plan. So some elements of identifying trends: always know your relevance. Always know what makes you relevant to your consumer. Why are they going to invest in you? Why are they going to continue to invest in you? What are people saying about you? What are your competitors saying about you? As a whole, what is happening with your profession? Is your profession relevant, or are you losing traction? Really find out and identify where you're at with, are you trending, right? That's important. That's important to know, because depending on that answer is where you're going to start with your marketing. You want to follow opinion leaders. How do you do that? Facebook, right? Social media. You can follow opinion leaders in your topic area or in your niche on social media. Very easy to do and very necessary to do. You want to stay on top of your industry. And then finally, always be aware of your competition. So yes, of course, you want to be marching to the beat of your own drum. You want to be innovative. You want to make sure that you are setting yourself apart. You don't want to be your competition, right? You don't want to copy them. That's not going to get you anywhere. You want to do you, but that does not mean you lose track of your competitors. You have to keep one eye on your competitors. You have to know what they're doing. You have to know what they're offering. You have to kind of see what's going on around you so that you can stay relevant, right? It's a full circle. Price analysis. Price action analysis reveals the footprint of smart money. By following it, we gain an edge. So some points here: observe competitor pricing in various regions and then in your own. Look at what other people are charging. Are you online with them? Are you devaluing your services? Are you valuing them too much? What is the going rate? Is there a standard for your price point? Consider your user demographic. It's going to differ region by region, and then it's also going to differ based on like the socioeconomic status of the people that you serve. Your environment plays a huge part of what kind of price point you're going to issue. So definitely consider, do these people have income coming in? Do they have just money to kind of throw at the wall? What's going on in their life that's going to cause them to value what you're doing so much to invest in you? And then what are they willing to pay for? What are they willing to pay for the answers they need that they may not even be asking? So in price analysis, you have to consider, what are the solutions they need? What are the answers to the questions they're asking? But probably most pertinently, what are the answers to the questions they aren't asking? You need to tell them what they don't know, right? Most times we need to tell our clients that we are the solution to a question they're not even asking yet. And it's not until education is conducted that they say, oh my goodness, yeah, that's great. I really needed that. I really need that. And that's all part of marketing. Competitive analysis. The successful man is the one who finds out what is the matter with his business before his competitors do. Competition, right? You have to know your competition, whether it's online, if you're like having an online business, whether it's in your community, if you're a practice, what other practices are out there? Is your market saturated with people who are doing exactly what you're doing? How do you set yourself apart? You have to know what your competition is doing so that you can rise above that. And a way to do that is by really performing the core steps of competitive analysis. So you have a box, right? There's templates online where you take, I would say, have at least 10, right? At least 10 competitors. Each one has a separate analysis, and you compare and contrast unique capabilities, best capabilities, same capabilities, and poor capabilities. So you would grid it out, right? So put your unique capabilities, best capabilities, same capabilities, poor capabilities, and then you versus them. Write out your unique capabilities, their unique capabilities, and so forth and so on. And then rate it how important it is to your client. By doing that, by looking at that stark juxtaposition of your company with somebody else's from what you know of them, you're going to be able to make a list of areas that you really need to, crush it in order to separate yourself from the pack. Build a marketing plan. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. Like I said, you need to strategize. You need to have tactics. You need to have a specific direction in order to be successful in your marketing, whatever that marketing plan looks like. So, addressing content. What kind of material are you going to put out? Are you going to circulate that material? Are you going to create evergreen material so you just keep kind of recycling that? SEO. What are your keywords? Are they effective keywords? Are people even searching them? So heading to Google Keyword Planner and seeing how many times is this keyword being searched each month? How many times is this topic, right, even searched? Is this relevant? Am I relevant? That goes back to your trends. Advertising. How are you going to advertise? Are you going to do paid advertising? And through which outlet? What are you going to do? Are you going to do TV, radio, social media? Google? What kind of advertising are you looking at? Are you going to do mailers, right? Depends on your demographic. And then social networking and relationships. So you need to make time for that face-to-face. That's how you build your clout and credibility in the community. So making sure you're getting out to networking events is so important. You have to become a face for your brand, or people will not trust you. So the more you're out there, the more you're involved, the more you're volunteering, the more your community sees your face, the better. So really, social networking and relationships, it needs to be a core part of your marketing plan. Marketing analysis. Without data, you're just another person with an opinion. Just take the time to collect the data, collect the numbers, do your best, look up your county information, look up your state information, look at where your clients, right? Where your end users are. Do you have them? Will they exist 5 years from now? What is the likelihood that your business will succeed with your current market? Looking at your market size, the growth of your market. So have things changed, creating a stronger demand for your service or product. Competition, I think we touched on that enough. Consumer buying behavior. Are they purchasing out of pocket? What are they really investing in right now? Are they investing in services like yours? And then, of course, you have to begin setting yourself apart, but looking at those trends of buyers, of buyer behavior. And then finally, market needs. What do you see currently or coming down the pipeline that is going to be a strong need that will create demand for your product or service? Really consider these topics, because if you just don't even give them a thought until 6 months down the road, it could be very upsetting. It could be a very upsetting realization to find out that your market's not even going to exist in 6 months, or there's already a solution coming through the pipeline that's going to make your topic or service or product completely irrelevant. So make sure you have a handle on your market analysis. And then finally, SWOT. I don't know if you guys have all heard of this, but really, if you're starting a business, you need to be doing a SWOT analysis, and you need to be doing it regularly. So strategic analysis is divided between internal and external factors. So internal, strengths and weaknesses. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And then external, opportunity. So what are some opportunities that are presenting themselves? And then finally, what are some threats, external threats to your success? As you can see, we take it a step further. Strengths, you want to build and enhance your strengths. That's through personal and professional development. You want to continue to grow and cultivate your strengths while creating a product or service that really cater to your strengths. Your weakness, resolve it, reduce it. Is there a way to minimize the weaknesses on your list? Write down all of your weaknesses. Look at them. Can you change any of them? A big one is communication. If one of your weaknesses is communication, then you need to start addressing that, because that's a major part of entrepreneurship. You have got to be able to communicate. So some solutions to that would be joining a Toastmasters group in your community, or joining a virtual networking community where you can practice public speaking in a virtual capacity. You can practice one-on-one conversations with new people so that you become more and more comfortable and confident with any type of conversation. A lot of networking groups will have random questions where you just need to come up and answer a question and be more comfortable in your skin, right? So identifying your weaknesses and writing down solutions for them to bridge the gap, reduce them, and resolve them as much as possible. Opportunity, exploit and enhance your opportunities. So if you see, it could be an opportunity, that door may be open a little bit. Well, if you see even a semi-open door, you stick your foot in there and you exploit that. You become opportunistic and you maximize every opportunity that you have to to move forward. And then finally, threats. Avoid and thwart them. So if you see a threat to your business, how can you position your business away from that threat? How can you minimize that threat to your business? This is important, because if you see that your major competition is in one area, for example, avoid even touching that until you grow your core practice, your core client. Go somewhere where it is untouched, or find a land that's uncultivated, right? But don't put yourself right in a threatening space as you're growing this new baby, right? You have this new vision. Don't put it right near a flame. You want to build it up first. So focus on minimizing your weaknesses and increasing your strengths and opportunities before you start playing with fire. Okay, so that is in a nutshell what your marketing research is going to look like. Certainly there's a lot more information that can be had with marketing research, but this should get you started nicely.